Hey RCers, in today's quick tip we're going to be doing some program for the new model we set up in our last video. From our main screen we're going to hit the rollerball and scroll down to System Setup menu. It's automatically going to ask you to confirm this to make sure that your RF will be disabled. So make sure any plane that you have bound to the transmitter is shut off at this time. Click yes. Now it's automatically going to set up your model type as acro. In this case that will be fine because that is the type of model we are going to be flying. One of the first things I like to do is go in and program the name. This way any model mixes that you already have set up won't be confused and you'll be easy to be able to find the model that you're looking for. One of the things that I wanted to show you quick is if you select the letter that you're going to change and hit clear, it automatically clears that space out for you to save you some scrolling time later. That's one of the nice features built into this radio. Now that we have our name programmed in, just select the back button and this will take you back to the setup menu. At this time you can go back to the main screen and we'll work on some other programs. If you select the rollerball, this is going to bring you back to the function list. Scroll down to where it says Dr&Expo. That stands for dual rate and expo. This is something that's a good habit into getting to set up with all your models. If you go into the list, you'll notice that you have all of these different settings here. Now if you've done this before, all this will make sense to you. If you haven't done this before, I will try to make it as simple as possible to understand. Dual rate, which is here, that is going to be the amount of throws you have programmed in for each servo that you're controlling. I'll explain more about that later and actually show you how it works. Expo controls the softness of the stick. So as you're in the middle of the sticks, you will notice a difference. Expo is going to make your controls softer. So as you work into the middle of the stick on your radio, it will have less, and as you move that control out, it will have more and more as you go out towards the outside. This is going to make for a more smooth transition when you're flying your aircraft. I'm going to set this plane up with my initial settings that I normally use on most of my aircraft. You can fine-tune these to what you want them to be. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a switch for my dual rates. On the DX9 I like to use the B switch. The B switch is at the upper left hand corner of the radio up on top. This is the switch I will be programming. On the DX9 this is the B switch. So all you have to do to program that switch is select on your radio where it says switch. If you select that and then flip the switch, it automatically selects the switch that you've chosen, so you don't have to go through the menus and find it. Once you have that switch selected, go in and select what position you'd like to have used. On the DX9 this is a 3-position switch, so you'll be able to program 3 different rates. At the 0 setting, scroll up to dual rate and then adjust this to what you feel is a good spot for you to start with on this airframe. For my purposes here, I'm going to set the low rate to 80%. Flip the switch to position 1. I'm going to set that for this purposes at 90%. Switch the switch to switch 2. And I set it at 100%. This is a good starting position for most models. Now while I'm here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set the Expo up for the aileron channel. This way I don't have to come back and do it later. For me, I usually have my low rates set at 30%. And any subsequent weight after that, I program at 35%. And once again, you can fine tune this to whatever it is that you would want it to be and whatever would suit your purposes. It's completely customizable. You get the feel for what you want and then you set it to what you like. This just happens to be the settings that I like. So now, on all 3 channels, we have the aileron set, 80% on low rates at 30% expo, 90% rates at 35 expo, and 100% at 35 expo. Now, what you need to do is scroll up to the channel, select it with the roll ball, and roll to the elevator channel. Repeat the process that we did on the aileron channel. Scroll down to the switch, select it with the roller ball, flip the switch, select the roller ball, and then change your rates accordingly. Now we repeat this process for the rudder channel. One of the things I normally do with my rudder channel is I go ahead and leave it set to 100%. The only thing I adjust with it is my expo settings. I keep this at 100% because when you need rudder, you really need it, and I don't want it to be soft like I do some of the other surfaces. Once you've completed this task for all of your channels, hit list and go back to your main screen. These are some quick settings that you can use to get your model in the air fast. I'm going to be flying a bind and fly model with this, so I'm not going to do anything else just now. I'll fine tune after the maiden and make sure I like the way the settings are set up. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel for more upcoming tips, tricks, and reviews.